Hi everyone, it's Kate here from Tom Henry Chevrolet, and today I'm here with Alex from Living Simply Pittsburgh. We're going to be talking about how to keep your new car clean and organized. Okay, so the messiest part of my car is the abyss that is the console.
Yes, and that's a lot of people's cars.
Right? So do you have any tips to get us started in here? I feel like this is a good place to start organizing.
It definitely is. I think it's a catch-all for everybody, and so I would say my number one recommendation is to get containers. So these little containers from the Container Store, very reasonably priced, can hold a variety of little items. So you have hand sanitizer, chapstick, here's car spray, and then I always recommend that people have a life hammer in their car. That way, if they're in a car accident, heaven forbid, they can break open the window or rip their seatbelt off.
Now, those are great things to have in the console, but I know I kind of end up tossing some things. If there's an opening in my car, I'm throwing something
it's getting
in
filled
there.
up, right?
Right. So, is there anything in particular that you keep in these front spaces as well?
I do not, other than a microfiber cloth. So I think recommended for especially dark interiors, they always show dust very quickly. I recommend a microfiber cloth. When I'm at a stop sign or a stoplight or something like that, I can just easily wipe the top of the dashboard to get some of that dust off.
Beautiful. Okay, so for the glove compartment of the car, another catch-all spot, but I like to think of this as more of the part of the car where we keep those safety essentials rather than the creature comforts. So can you talk with us a little bit more about some of those most important things to keep in your glove compartment?
Sure, and I would completely agree, Kate. I definitely think this is something that you keep the most essential and important things in your car. Although I will say, and I would say that this is an important thing, especially again having kids. You go through a lot of restaurant drive-throughs. Keeping the napkins in a container will keep them clean and keep them corralled. Another thing that I think that you should keep in your glove compartment is a first aid kit. You never know, again, especially with kids, having some Band-Aids and other assortment of first aid essentials, I think is a really great idea. In here, I also keep a flashlight as well as a screwdriver. And then along with your instruction book that comes with your car, I like to keep a copy of my driver's license, my insurance, and my registration.
Yes, I would say those are three of the most important things you can have in your car.
I would agree.
Okay, so eventually this winter has to end, right? And
Yes.
we'll be back into road trip season.
Yes.
So, is there anything that you like to keep back here to keep the kids occupied, fed,
Yes.
the whole 9 yards while you're on longer road trips?
Yeah, especially when they're older, a little more independent. You can have something like this that hangs over the back of the front seat that's a little bit of an organizer, so you can have some tissues, some wipes, but more importantly for those road trips, snacks.
Snacks,
Yes. And they can easily access them on their own, so.
Good idea. One of my favorite features of the Chevy Blazer is how much space there is in this trunk. However, with lots of space comes lots of opportunity for disorganization, right? So, are there any key features or key items that you like to keep in the back to stay organized?
Yes, particularly I like a catch-all like this collapsible basket we have here from the Container Store. You can keep a variety of items in there. And then I always recommend that you keep a reusable grocery bag, as well as bags for you to go grocery shopping in.
Absolutely.
Leave them in the car. It's not necessary to bring them back into the house.
Good idea. And how about, I know this time of year, especially in Pittsburgh, it gets a little iffy with the weather situation. So is there anything that you keep for those Pittsburgh winters?
Yes, I always recommend keeping an extra blanket in the car just in case you break down. And then obviously an ice scraper and brush for those snowy and icy mornings.
Can't live without that.
Exactly, exactly.
And then you have a little one at home as well.
I do.
Is there anything that you need to keep in particular for him too?
Yes, as moms can attest, they're messy little humans. And so I make sure to keep a small vacuum in the car.
Great idea.
Yes, vacuums are life with small toddlers, as well as a roll of paper towels. You just never know, and it makes for easy cleanup.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
How about bigger equipment with little ones as well? Because little people require a lot of stuff.
They do, right? I love keeping these bungee cords in, especially since I don't keep a lot in my trunk. When I'm putting a stroller or some of his other large items in here, I don't want them rolling around. So I think these bungee cords or a cargo net would be a great addition to keeping everything strapped in.
Perfect. All right, thanks so much for being with us here today, Alex.
No problem, I was happy to be here.
Good. Well, I think we have a lot of really great tips to get started. So if you have any more questions about how to keep your new car new just a little bit longer, drop them in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.